everyone, I'm Becky.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're doing Bickering book reviews. Today we are talking about The Lovely and the Lost by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which I got off of NetGalley.
Same.
And this book is about Kira Bennett. And Kira Bennett does not really remember her past. So when she was a little girl, somehow she got lost in the woods. And nobody's quite sure how long she was out there or how she survived, but she kind of started to go feral. And she was rescued by Katie Bennett, who is this really cool, kick-ass search and rescue lady who decides to adopt Kira. And she raises her with her son, Jude. And now we bounce ahead, and they're 17? I think they're 17. Right. And both Kira and Jude and their best friend who lives next door, whose name is Free, are learning how to do search and rescue. They have dogs. They're training the dogs. They're bonding with the dogs. Really interesting. Katie's father shows up. His name is Bales, and basically says that I need to have you guys come help me because there is a child lost in the Sierra Glades National Park. Nobody's been able to find her. And Katie reluctantly agrees, and they all go with them and start searching. And Kira basically becomes kind of fixated on finding this lost little girl, and she's searching with her dogs. And when they get to the grandfather's house, there's a mysterious boy living there with the grandfather named Gabriel, who kind of slowly has a connection to the case, but he also kind of slowly builds a connection with Kira. Basically it.
I'm shaking with how much I just love this book. It was so good. And
I really enjoyed it.
And as I'm reflecting back on it, I remember the names, and I'm sorry, if you can create a character that's so well developed that after I've read 5 other books, I'm still remembering all of the names of the characters in this book, then they've got to be really well developed, and it's got to be really well done.
Well, and Jennifer Lynn Barnes writes these really great realistic fiction books, but she bases them in really unusual situations. The Little White Lies, which we really enjoyed, was in the cotillion. And then the Fixer, she was in this DC world. And so it kind of it hooks you that way, but the characters are so realistic. But the stuff with them training the dogs was so cool.
It was.
I was
extreme
fascinated.
hide and seek.
Right. Well, and no, but they're the most important drive with the search and rescue dog is play. And I'm why? That's fascinating. So that was really great. But I also loved the part about the slight flashbacks with Kira in the woods. Mm-hmm. And Jennifer Lynn Barnes, I believe, has a degree in psychology. And
I think she's a professor, isn't she?
I think she might even have a PhD. I'm not sure. I know she teaches. I'm not sure what she teaches though.
She's a hidden gem, I swear. I feel I don't get asked about her nearly often enough, but goodness, anything I've read by her, I've loved.
Well, but I just she nailed the psychology stuff in this, and that was the way Kira's mind going feral, and the way it affected her, and her recovery and all that. I loved the bonding with the dogs.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of Silver, the
bonding,
the dog
yes,
that she's bonded with,
and that felt very natural. I liked the backstories. It was just very well written. My only thing that made me not this is my favorite book ever was I didn't like how the mystery resolved. I was just
I can agree with that. I can completely agree with that.
It wasn't enough to derail the whole book, but it was just and I don't know how else she could have resolved it, but it just didn't.
It could have been better.
But and I think this is a standalone, but I would love to revisit these characters.
Oh, really? Because it feels like a part of a series. She could certainly turn this into a series, and I'd read more.
Right. Because because like I said, the characters are great. The mystery around what's going on with Gabriel, the stuff with the parents, Jude's long lost father.
The mystery, the mystery of the town and the connection of the people in the town is fascinating. But the actual
what happened to the little girl?
Yes, that is the only part of the mystery that I didn't like, because I thought it was really interesting when you bring in the sheriff.
Right, everything fit together so perfectly except that one. It's a puzzle piece. It was the puzzle piece was just a little off.
That.
And the cover isn't great.
Let's talk about the cover. I'm not a fan of the cover. It does not tell you what you're going to find inside.
And what's unfortunate is Little White Lies' cover is beautiful.
Yeah, that was gorgeous.
The Fixer's covers were beautiful. So I don't know what.
I know you don't like them, but the Naturals covers are beautiful.
So, yeah. I don't know, and it's all the same publisher. I think she only publishes through Disney.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of the cover.
But I would love this to be a movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Because, Disney is going to have their own streaming service. They're turning Leah on the Offbeat into a TV series.
Oh.
Yeah, they announced that yesterday.
Good to know.
So, yeah.
All right, I guess we have to rate it.
Yeah, so our rating system starts at the top with 5 unicorns, we go down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
I kind of want to give it a 5, but I think I have to give it a 4 because of the odd puzzle piece.
It's 4. It's everything. Like, I was reading this and I was so into it. I read it in like a day and a half, and it's not the shortest of short books. I was like, this is great, this is great. Then I was like, oh.
Yeah, I could put it down, but you're right. There's that little niggling piece that just...
But you should read it because the dog parts are awesome.
Yeah.
And that is where we are on The Lovely and the Lost.
All right, see you around.
Bye.